As I often tell Scott, usually just before we're about to step on stage, don't make shit up. Never does any good. Joe Argenio was a Shakespearean character. When Harold Bloom wrote his book on Shakespeare and called it The Invention of the Human, he was talking about Joe in all his natural grandeur, Falstaffian, of course, but also all of Midsummer Night's Dream was in Joe. All those people, all those spirits, and Romeo and Juliet. And Joe raged on his heath like Lear, and he reigned his island as wisely as Prospero. When you work with somebody in the theater, it's not like at the office or some other job. This is where you have to go out in front of people and act foolish. This is where you deliberately place attention on yourself, and when you've got it, you can direct it anywhere you want. You can keep it for yourself if you know what to do with it, or you can give it away. And a good player is one who does both. Joe was the best of players. He gave everything away. There's a term for it, theatrician. That's someone who knows the theater the way Spinoza says we should strive to know God, to know its essence, what it's all about, all of its reality, its soul, its every appurtenance, its history, its theory and practice, and most of all, how to put on a show. And then to love it. And love is what brought the Fable Factory into the world. Now, Joe would tell a young prodigy that break a leg has nothing to do with breaking anybody's leg. Even though Joe did break a leg hanging lights in the Star Garage when he helped to start the Acrosstown Repertory Theater. But instead, break a leg has to do with the curtain legs, which would have to be broken if you came back on stage for an extra bow. And Joe would tell the kid that you don't wear green on stage, or carry on stage a real Bible, or utter the name of the Scottish play, and what you should do about it if you did. And not to whistle in the theater because it could signal the light crew to drop a baton. I only mention it now because Joe would want you all to know that. If you're a player, a trooper, someone who plays in a company of players, then you know that love and hate and joy and sadness and desire are all purely public spectacles, and that you put on plays for people, and this is what you show them, and if you do it right, invariably it hurts them, and it hurts you too. And then afterward, you pack it all up, and you drive home, you get on the road, and off you go, and you stop, and you get something to eat, and you shoot the shit. And oh Lordy, how you hurt those people. What a lark. The fun we had, the laughs we laughed, we howled. There's nothing like it, middle of the summer, say, and you turn the library reading room in a latch-away into the Globe. Or the summer breeze cools you atop the parapet overlooking the Thomas Center Amphitheater, or high up in Shands where sick kids are laughing. Do you know what it feels like to be the stomach in the body? You know what it feels like. It feels full and joyful. And after all that, there's really only one thing to say. Thanks, Joe.